Joe Lewis didn't used to be as crazed as he was on the race stuff. Are you for real? White passing! This dude is the most Asian-looking I've seen in ages. You're literally ahead. There's no saving you.
I'm definitely, you know what I mean? But I don't go around.
Yo, okay. Yeah, I did call him Uncle Ruckus Jr. because I think that's what he is. I'm my own personal. You called him Uncle Ruckus Jr. in your video. Where's the critique? Sunday, 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 Sunday.
My lovely imps. Today, we are going to be talking about some drama. Now, many of you know that I do a series called Demonmama. If you've never seen it, you should check it out. Go onto my channel, search Demonmama, and you'll find it. This is not a Demonmama, although I think you will enjoy my Demonmamas. Okay. My Demonmama videos are where I do a whole bunch of research and I do a deep dive investigation into usually some sort of internet or pop culture blow up, and I try to make sense for people who might not understand what the heck's going on. Recently, we've covered the Miranda Sings situation, we've covered the Illuminati situation, but this, again, is not a Demonmama. Today, it's just a drama stream. I am not doing any research for today. However, I am still going to hopefully be able to say something valuable to all of you.
Wait, I'm watching this because I don't know what's going on. Now you're telling me you not researched it. For fuck's sake. I'm trying to find out what the fuck's happening. What's happened?
Hopefully we'll have a good time while doing it. Today we are going to be talking about debate bros versus video essayists, which is a very strange topic. I haven't talked about this thing in a really long time. However, despite me not talking about it, it has nonetheless been an issue that continually crops up. In this bubbling swamp that we call the internet, there are various circles and cliques and spaces that people tend to gravitate towards. And a lot of them are very loosely defined. And in those, two of those most commonly brought up are Vosh, who many of you may know. I am friends with Vosh in real life. To be associated with Vosh, and people who are labeled to be associated with breadtube, the self-identification, or the video essayists.
Come on, we're getting into
and there's this weird thing, because breadtube in and of itself, some of you might not even know what breadtube is. Breadtube is a term that originated on Reddit, if I'm not mistaken, and it referred to a whole bunch of generally left-leaning video essayists, of which there are many. It was never a club, there was no organization, it was a consumer label. Basically, a bunch of people who watch video essayists said, hey, these people we like, and more and more people gained association with that consumer label via an incomprehensible internet process of association. Some people who are sort of famously associated with breadtube are ContraPoints, H Bomber Guy, Sean, formerly known as Sean and Jen. There's a ton. There's so many. There's some people consider me a part of breadtube. I've been referred to. I don't refer to myself as a part of breadtube. I never have. But people have actually said that I'm a part of breadtube, even though I don't even do video essays. I do stream content, and I do edited segments, but everything I do is live and very off the cuff. Wait, it wasn't always just Sean? No, there's a ton of people who have been considered as a part of breadtube, but the key thing to remember is that nobody gets to decide that they're a member of breadtube or not. And in fact, many of the creators who have been labeled as members of breadtube have expressed frustration with being sort of forcibly associated with a group, me literally being on a short hiatus.
Okay, right, okay. It's just so funny to me because I was like, okay, I don't know exactly what has and hasn't happened, okay? I didn't have time this morning to dig up all of the various pieces of information about this. I don't know what tweets were said where. There's a bunch of quote tweets. I've got no fucking clue about any of this shit, basically, okay, is what I'm trying to say. So I've gone to watch this thinking, okay, maybe Demonmama's gone over it a bit and explained what's happened. But no, it's not that at all. No research done. Just talking about breadtube. Okay, right. Let's just watch the conversation, I guess. I don't think this is going to have what I'm looking for. If anyone's got a video about what transpired, by all means, let me know. But for now, let's just get to the fucking meat and potatoes. Soulbunni comes on. Soulbunni's the person that's like a weird anti-white cornbread tube person, and they spoke to Demon. Apparently, it's good content. Let's see.
Okay. Hello. Can you hear me? Oh, we might have to give you the roll. Hold on a second. Oh, can you hear me or can you speak?
I can hear you.
All right, perfect. Can you just give me a test real quick so I can check audio levels?
Test.
All right, that should be hopefully just right. I'm sure chat will let me know. Let me just get some welcome guest text. Just out of curiosity, pronouns?
She, they.
She, they. Okay. All right. Let me bring on the guest text. Oh, why did I have to change my guest text? Oh, it makes it a little bit harder to see. Here we go. Put it down there. There we go. That's a lot easier to read. Sorry about that. Sorry about the delay there. If you want to be on video, I can probably put you on video. I don't know if you prefer. It makes no difference to me. I can bring you on video if you'd like to.
I would literally have to so when I do video, I have to flip my table because of the lighting in my room. So.
Then don't worry about it. It's totally fine. That's totally fine. Okay, slightly louder on Soulbunni's end. Okay. Hopefully that I just adjusted it, so it should be nice and even now, I think.
Yes, this is a white trans person arguing with a black trans person. It's a mixture of trans and race war. Yes.
All right. So sorry about the technical stuff. We've been having some gain issues with my audio that I'm.
Imagine misspeaking and calling a jungle bunny. Who said that? Wait, did I miss something? What?
Trying to hammer out and even out. So I apologize about that.
Wait, what? Where does that happen? What, dude? I'm just saying, imagine it happened. You're unbelievable. By the way, I got some new headphones. WH-1000XM4s. They were on offer. It was, do you have it in America? Amazon Prime Day. They were like £150 off. Do you have that in America? Prime Day, where they have stuff really cheap? It's good, isn't it? I'm just going to open them. That's what I'm saying.
Welcome to the show, Soulbunni. It's been a while since we last talked.
I need to get them charged.
But it's good to talk with you again. I assume you saw most of my react.
Yeah, I saw most of it. I actually, I'll say this. I
was
watching your Joe Lewis video this morning when I was making breakfast. So.
Oh yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah, it was a really good conversation, actually. Yeah.
Joe and I go way back. Joe and I used to do the debate circuit together, way back.
The hippy dippy.
Hippy dippy and all that.
Yeah.
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 Demonmama did a video with Joe Lewis. I used to get on with Joe Lewis. Okay. Joe Lewis didn't used to be as crazed as he was on the race stuff, okay? I guarantee you he didn't used to be as crazed as he is now. I even remember when he got into some beef with Prime Kai, but ended up walking back some of his criticism about him basically, shucking and jiving for Destiny, I think it was. He even walked some of those criticism back. I think Joe got race pilled. I believe Joe got race pilled, yes. I think that's what happened. And then I think he got really mad because some people in my Discord were doing some race swap memes. Yes, Joe Lewis called an Asian guy white presenting. That is correct. God, man, that was so cringe. This guy was one of the most Asian dudes you've ever seen in your life, okay? If you walk past this fella, you would think, oh, there's an Asian guy there. You wouldn't think twice about it. It would be subconscious, right? And this dude, Joe Lewis, said he was white passing. What? White passing? What's a white passing Asian when it's at home? Is that the clip? Okay.
You have a different relationship with the social and political systems in society based on who you are. You are a white, I'm assuming middle class Asian American. white presenting, I should say. So you're
Look at this dude, man. Look at this guy. Are you for real? White passing. This dude is the most Asian looking fucker I've seen in ages. Look at his face, man. White passing. What? Oh my god, such a classic moment.
I'm white presenting?
Wait.
What?
What?
White presenting Asian.
What the heck?
Let me rephrase that.
He's
Can
not
you
happy.
can you look at me right now? This is what. No.
I can simplify that for you. I can simplify that for you if that upset you.
So fucked when he says, "Are you looking at me right?"
I love the fact that, you know, oh look, there's Rhizome. Old friend of the stream. No longer a friend anymore. Anyway, we don't need to get into that today. Damn, he looks a bit trimmer there. I must say, he looks a little bit trimmer in this video. Interesting. Anyway, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just an insane thing to say, isn't it? It's just a totally insane thing to say. To say that an Asian person is white passing, you are on levels. You are on levels of totally unprecedented race Kool-Aid. Like, there's no saving you at that point. You're literally fucked in the head. There's no saving you. If you're going to look at that guy, that Asian looking, and say he's white passing.
It was I really like Joe, and I was really happy that I got to sit down and talk with him about a lot of stuff, and also, you know, give him a chance to I think his GoFundMe succeeded, which is awesome to hear. I like Joe a lot.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Joe's. I think it's because like I'm younger than Joe.
What is all these gubbins?
I feel like he's like at that mature age where he's gonna have a different
What the fuck is that?
perspective. I feel, or take like approach. I would say approach. I'd say approach.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Yeah.
hopefully. And I'm not saying everyone his age takes the same approach, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Joe's always been, in my opinion, he's always been fairly level-headed. And
Right.
I don't know.
Okay, one thing I started to get annoyed with, right? Why do they only supply... Like, what the fuck is that for? What is that? A charging cable for ants? Look at it. Look at it. My head's bigger than this thing. What the fuck? What am I supposed to charge with this? Give me a fucking break with this shit, will you? Honestly, it's unbelievable. What's their problem? What, they're running out of fucking cable at the cable factory or something? Fucking ridiculous. It is, yeah, it's Sony, yeah. Headphones look good. Oh, wait, which way around do they go? Oh, left and right, there we go. Look at that. Perfect for the plane. I didn't realise this. You can use Bluetooth. You can use Bluetooth on, you know, on planes. Did you know that? They let you use Bluetooth. I didn't realise that. Isn't that crazy? Anyway, enough fucking around. Come on, let's get on with this.
He's made some people mad at times, but, you know, haven't we all? So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of...
So, yeah, I guess I know you expressed in chat that you didn't really want to like defend the whole video. I honestly I felt pretty poorly about this video.
Oh yeah, I saw, and I said like, you know, you have every right to have your opinion, like, and yeah.
I get a little tired, you know, of you know, it's not just like people sometimes euphemize it as like leftist infighting, but it honestly it goes more than that. It's the stuff that goes beyond. Like, infighting is going to happen. People have differing opinions on all kinds of topics, you know, even within.
Oh my God, what is this?
My dear friend Anna Kasparian kind of went viral with a tweet, and some people wanted me to weigh in on it.
Absolutely not. Breadtube's dead, man. It's fucking finished. Look at it. Who are the real groomers? Okay. Oh, guys, Sean released a new video. Guys, new Sean video out. Guys, Sean's put a new video out. Everyone go and watch it. Everyone go and watch the new Sean video. Sean put a new video out, everyone. Come on, guys, go and watch the new Sean video. Where's the class analysis? Sorry, that's class reductionism, okay? Sorry, if you don't obsessively discuss identity at every possible turn, okay? You are a class reductionist, okay? I'm sorry to tell you.
In like the same ideological quadrants or whatever, you know, like anarchists disagree with about all kinds of stuff. God knows the MLs can't agree with each other. They purge each other all the time. Like, so it's normal to have a certain amount of infighting. And I think that that's like actually healthy when, you know, people have ideological differences. But I really think that sometimes this shit goes way too far. And not just that, but that a lot of stuff just gets, I have a huge problem with people like overstating harm. And I feel like that's something that happens all the time, especially with keffals. Like, I get it. Like, people have a lot of reasons to like dislike keffals, and that's one thing. But I feel like, I don't know, it's tiring. It's exhausting. It's exhausting to see, especially when I see like people that I otherwise respect or that I have some level of respect for. I respect the stuff that they do, engaging in like, I don't know, like putting blinders on, it seems, in order to like, to find a reason to justify being really, really hard.
Wait, Sean Solo in DM's chat. Who's Sean Solo? Anyway, guys, it's fine. You know, you're going to probably see names. I mean, there's some people here that are like, you know, I know you used to watch my stuff.
Harsh to somebody when they could just say, I think X person is a fucking idiot. Like, I don't know. I guess I don't understand the need to turn so many struggles into like a political, not even a political struggle, that's not even right, but to like try and find like some sort of moral failing that has to go above and beyond and like speaks to somebody on like a deep level instead of just being like, I think that Keffals is abrasive and inconsiderate, which I obviously have no problem with people saying something like that because I don't care. I'm not like the
I would say, like, even for example, like I saw someone today, like people defending this black guy saying he wishes death on Keffals, and they were defending it. And they were defending him because of how Keffals responded to that. And I'm like, that is not the hill I would die on. That's actually so cringe. It was so cringe to see.
Okay, so this Soulbunni person is going to come on and just go, oh yeah, people are calling for a death and that's bad, isn't it? Like, what about all the other fucking insane, unhinged shit? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, some fucking nutter is saying some shit like that. What about the crazy shit you've done? Or the crazy shit you advocate for? The anti-white shit you advocate for? I don't know. Is this conversation just going to be this? Is that what I can expect from this? Has anyone watched it? I've not watched it yet. I just heard about it.
Yeah, because obviously, like, even though I'm, you know, I'm pretty sure you sound but I am sort of involved in the current discourse.
I know there was a video you made, you know, about Shark, which I mean, I don't know if you saw. I don't know if you saw my.
I saw your
probably
response,
did,
and I will say, and I'll say this. I did not. So I see why you and other folks would see it as like me using your clip as you endorsing that statement, but that's not what was like the goal or even the way I intentionally did. So I won't deny, like, I can see how it would come off that way for like other folks, but it was more like me showcasing that like you were calling out that behavior in the space, not necessarily. I personally just like was showing an example, like lining up your audio of calling it out, and I could see how like something like so. It wasn't like me trying to say, well, Demonmama is calling out Shark. No, because you never named names in that entire thing in that moment. Like you just said that this is misinfo, and that's not cool.
Yeah, and I mean,
well, yeah,
I didn't assume that you had done it intentionally or anything like that. I think in my first response, I hope that came out clear. That I felt the need to clarify because so many people messaged me that I was in that video, and I wanted to be clear that I'm like, because I don't. I'm gonna be completely honest. Like I've been open about this. I don't think the way that most people talk about Shark is particularly cool. But I'm also like, I'm not like the police of content. If there's something that sticks out to me, like this video, I've been seeing it talked about for the last week or whatever. It's been 9 days since the video came out, and it's been on every timeline. It's been all over Discords. It's been everywhere. And so I'm like, all right, I guess I got to look into this because it's been everybody talking about it. But you know, I try not to like police everybody's interactions with one another, especially when it's like,
yeah. No, I'm sorry. I don't want to cut you off. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, especially when like it's a topic that's like, you know, talking about the C slur, like, and the way that that's used, like, in between, you know, black people, like that's not like, what am I supposed to say about that? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to say about that outside of me saying like on a comparative level, I don't think like Like, I think that sounds harsh to me. Like, but what am I supposed to do? I don't have a commentary on the inter-community discourse. Like, I mean, fuck, like, there's all kinds of things I could talk about that are, you know, relevant to groups that I belong to. Like how, I mean, I did a video on the R slur and why I think that some people claim that they're reclaiming it when they're not actually. They're just using it to be an asshole to somebody else. And I do think that those generally apply. And I guess I apply that to most things. Like I don't go around calling, I am definitely, you know, I'm definitely, you know what I mean? But I don't go around
Yo, okay. Twitch, that is a self-professed LGBT person using that terminology. I personally disavow. I do not agree with that word. I think it's a bad word to use. No. Do not use it. It's bad. However, in this case, I fully support an LGBT person referring to themselves in terms they're comfortable with, but I still disavow it.
On other people that.
Yeah, I get that. I'll say this. So there's this like, with the shark thing, I feel on both sides. People, I'm gonna say this. I made my video. I made a tiny segment because it was a very short part on Shark. It was a very short part.
Yeah.
On both sides, people, and I can stand on my own words. But what I will say is on both sides, because I at the time it was only like a 3K sub channel. Both sides escalated the situation extremely, and it just got really intense, and it was just like,
do you
like this is like me saying this like myself right now, but like I mean on both, I'm literally saying on both sides. So like it was literally like,
I mean, don't you think people went pretty hard on Shark? Like even if you just like,
that's what I'm
don't you feel like
trying to
people are a
say,
little like
well, that's
I don't
what I'm
know.
trying to say, that
The thing, okay, like Soulbunni called Shark Uncle Ruckus Jr. and a coon, quoting, not my words. Okay, I don't agree with racial slurs. Like she is responsible in some way for like instigating this by calling him those things. Like, you know, I don't mind. Like, if you want to go hard against someone and say those things, obviously I disagree with using racial slurs against someone on some weird analysis of to do with your race or whatever. But if you want to do that, fine. But it's really weird to them kind of, you know, act like you called him those things yourself in your video. What?
On both sides, like there was things that like I don't even personally endorse that people were doing the most. Some people were really doing the most, and I had to tell like people personally, like a creator, and I won't say their name, but it was like I'm like, hey, like that was kind of intense, and I'm also getting blamed for that, and it's like I'm not over here sending my goons after folks. I'm not like, but that's how the way people were talking.
Okay, I mean, I don't agree with this idea that you're responsible for like all of your audience or whatever. Sure, that's fine, but like, you know, I feel like she's kind of avoiding the fact that she went pretty hard against him along racial lines with this, but own it. Just own it, yeah. Yeah, I did call him Uncle Ruckus Jr. because I think that's what he is. Like, I don't know, like I just feel there's more. I feel like this is going to be the kind of, you know, two dogs barking meme, and then they just kind of chill as they talk to each other personally, but we'll see.
Talking about it as if like I was telling people to go to do the most, like I don't personally, like I said, like some people, like I said, it's on both sides, but even just for me, it's like for people in the MySpace, like I do feel like some folks just like really took it to the next level, and I didn't expect that. Like I had my own personal critique, and even with me,
you called him Uncle Ruckus Jr. I have my own personal. You called him fucking Uncle Ruckus Jr. in your video. Where's the critique? What, dude? That's insane. Well, you know, I had my critique, and other people took it a bit far. What? The shameless fucking audacity of it is shocking to me. It's shocking to me how fucking audacious this is. Yeah, I don't believe it. I don't believe she's going to get away with this.
Saying whether you guys, you know, non-Black people, how they feel about that segment. It wasn't meant for it to explode into these things, but also like on the other half, it's like I would say this, like I don't think my video would have ever blown up to the degree that it did. Like it wouldn't have even got the numbers that it did if it wasn't for a 15-second clip circulating.
Well, I mean,
there's that.
Yeah, I mean that'll happen. Like that's just something as a content creator, you know, especially, you know, like you've gotten a lot of attention from this stuff. So I imagine your you know, platform's growing a bit. It's definitely something you have to be conscientious about. I mean, I know I think about it. I think about it so much that like like fuck, it can mess with you sometimes. Like, I mean, I've been doing this for 3 years now, and I know how everything that I say can be taken and so, but also there is a certain amount that you have to go, okay, well, if I say something super harsh and super inflammatory, that people might run with that.
Okay.
And yeah. So I mean, certainly, I imagine you probably didn't think it was going to go as far.
Wait. The racial undertones though were unintended. I apologize profusely for the neo-racial undertones I perpetuated there. Okay, that sounded like it was going to be racist actually, but it wasn't. What I meant was, you know, engaging in something slowly in order to not spook the other party. Oh no, I did it again! Oh no, wait, that just means scared. That just means scared. I'm not using it in the racial term. I mean scared, okay? Jesus Christ, it's a minefield out here.
But I don't know. I feel like, at least personally, when I look at that situation, I don't know everything about it. I don't know if there's like things. I mean, I haven't seen Shark respond to the same tone to the people who've been criticizing him lately. I mean, the amount of stuff I've seen, and I'm like most people would at least perceive me as being like closer to the Vosh sphere because I'm personal friends with Vosh. But in truth, as far as following goes, I have a pretty even keel, and I've seen a lot of comparisons between like Shark and Candace Owens, and when I hear that, I'm just like, man, that is like, I feel like that's just so overstating the case, like. And I mean, like, I say that.
So here's the problem with Demonmama as well, is she talks a lot, right? So she wants to talk. And I think if you're talking to someone like Soulbunni, you need to be a bit more pointed to question them a bit about what's going on, you know? Like, you know, they say this piece about how they didn't expect it to go as far, and you say, you know, to be fair, in your video, you called him Uncle Ruckus Jr. What was the intent of calling him in that? What did you mean? You know? Do you know what I mean? It's like, you know, you want to fucking hold them to task a bit for the things they've said, surely. So it's just kind of funny that, like, because Demon wants to fucking talk and pontificate, Soulbunni, you know, she's offering like a soft criticism, but is doing it in a bunch of talking. You know? And it's like, I don't know, Soulbunni is someone who it's unlikely they're ever going to be meaningfully challenged on. This is probably about as good as it's going to. But yeah. Anyway, let's continue on, I guess.
That as somebody who's been fucking torn into by people on really unjust things. Like, I mean, God, like, again, there was an entire period of history of my channel where people were accusing me of being a transphobe. And the reason why was because I made an argument in favor of self-identification. And that was then taken, well, if you believe in self-identification, and this is the telephone game that's played, if you believe that self-identification, you know, for trans people, that like a woman is somebody who identifies as a woman as a basic rule for how you treat other people, that means that you don't think that trans people are women before they come out of the closet, which is kind of a huge jump in logic. But then that was justified to call me a transphobe and then compare me to, most commonly I was compared to the sex criminal Jessica Yaniv, which is insane. And that was something that was all over the place. People were just, because I have a self-identity thing, of course. But that's like, it's hurtful and it's dishonest. And people on the internet are going to say all kinds of things, but this was not just this wasn't just random people on the internet. This was being pushed by fucking by content creators and people with some level of platform, and it just builds into this atmosphere where I feel like everybody's brains end up turning off because nobody is like reining anything in anymore. That it's all just everything. It's like an all-out war where no holds are barred, and you can compare anybody to anyone and say whatever the fuck you want. And you know, they pissed me off, so it's okay for me to fuck them over or whatever. And I don't know. I oppose that so strongly.
Yes, of course, no Jessica Yaniv. God, Vosh is. I just, you know, stuff like that. When I hear about Jessica Yaniv, I just think back to like what I used to really like about Vosh back in the day. Is some of the memes he had about the Jessica Yaniv case were so funny. Because he basically made this point, and I think he was like critical of Jessica Yaniv. But he did a really funny meme where he's like, imagine if there's a black guy that was a rapist, right? And it's like, the only press coverage I could find was like articles saying, you know, rapist Negro justly lynched. And I was like, it's such a good meme. And that's kind of what happened with Jessica Yaniv, is like, she definitely did some bad shit. But all of the coverage of it was like, you know, Jessica Yaniv, you know, woman, breaks into fucking waxing place and shoves her cock in the face of like some fucking woman to get waxed. And it's like, you know, okay. Like, is there anything that isn't a kind of hysterical right-wing outlet that's reporting on this? Because it sounds like something bad happened. And it did. Something bad did happen. And she was doing these kind of... She was using litigation to, like, fuck with these places that didn't want to wax a cock and balls, which is fine, in my opinion. But she was trying to use, you know, Canadian legislation to dictate they do that, or they should get in trouble for not doing that. Where clearly, like, she didn't really seemingly have any intent of actually having that procedure carried out. She just wanted to, like, you know, use it to make a political point, essentially. But yeah. Anyway, old Vosh.
Especially because, like, most of the people that we're talking about here have had a modicum of success. Like, this is especially true among, like, all marginalized creators. Like, God.
Like, I'm sorry, listen, okay? If you're trans and you want to get a wax, you know, obviously I think you should be able to get that, okay? No problem. But, like, I don't think it's right that you should force some woman that clearly isn't comfortable doing it to do it, right? Wax the balls bigger. That's the meme, isn't it, you know? I don't know what the ins and outs of it were, but in any case, you know, I think that if you're a trans person, you ought to seek out you know, a place where they do that for you, and there probably are places you can find that do it, right? I mean, to be honest with you, you could probably find, because women do guys' dick and balls, don't they? Some women will do a guy's dick and balls, right? Am I crazy? Like, surely you could just find someone that was comfortable working with a cock, and then go that way. You know, they're professionals. It's not a sexual thing. It's just, you know, wax my balls. You know, obviously they're not really into it. They're just like, ugh, you know, just a job, isn't it?
The amount of success I've had, or Shark has had, or even Vosh. Like, I remember just yesterday I was looking at a video, and I was watching a video, and in the sidebar, it had in the recommended tab, it had one of my videos that I was reviewing for a clip, and it was like, finish this video, and then below it has the recommended videos, and it was a my video, Vosh's video, and an H3 video. And my video had, like, at the time, like 1.7 thousand, you know, views. Not a whole lot of views. It was a less popular video. Then we have Vosh's video, which had 65,000 views. And then we had the H3 video, which had 1.3 million views in 2 hours. And I'm just like, the scale of, you know, the scale that we're dealing with in these spaces, I think sometimes gets forgotten.
They have a protocol in place if you get a boner. Just get a fly swatter and start whacking it until it goes down. It's all happens. Some fucking Russian bird chasing you around the waxing salon trying to whack your dick with a fucking fly thing. Wait, get it? What are you doing? That's extra, okay.
Not that things should be looked the other way, but that when people are like comparing, you know, random small creators to like in the video we watched today, comparing, you know, Keffels and Vosh to Dave Chappelle and J.K. Rowling is like, it's like,
dude. This conversation goes on for how many hours? 5, 6, 1, 2 hours, and it's 20 minutes. Dude.
Comparing a firecracker to an atom bomb.
2 hours of that is just Demonmama talking, clearly.
In terms of like effect and in terms of advocacy, in basic, it's almost incomparable. And I feel like when we get to that level of hyperbole, it just starts to break everything down, and it just makes the space nothing but toxic, right?
Well, I'll say this. I like to just like speak on like even my own video, because my own video is also like it has its own intensity to it already. Yeah. So like sure. I feel like, for example, when it comes to Shark, I even like tweeted at him to kind of make my statement clear, since before so like I personally, and again this is how I personally feel, I'm not like reining in folks. I'm not going to like people they can feel what they want. People like, and also because before I even say this, like probably me and Shark agree on 95, maybe 96, maybe even a higher percentage of that of things. And I know he makes great content. So like, I'm gonna like make that known. But I do feel personally that there's similar tactics that he uses as Candace Owens. He's not a literal Candace Owens. He's not, but the tactics, and I need to go into the tactics. It's like I didn't really lay that out in my video, but the tactics to me that I observe as a Black person, I feel that because Candace Owens is a smart woman. She's dumb sometimes, virtually dumb sometimes, but she knows that she has a brand and what she's doing and how she's going to climb up her social ladder by making specific moves. And that's how I felt. And maybe, and even let's say this, maybe I can even be wrong about what I perceived as those tactics. So I can give him that charitability that maybe potentially I was wrong on my examples that made me feel that he's using these tactics. But that is essentially where I'm at with that. But also just like after seeing like even his response video, I do stand in where I feel on things, but I'm still like, I don't wish bad upon him. I don't, like, I never expected like things to get to like, again, like people were talking to me as, cause like, I'll say this, like when everything was going down after my video uploaded and whatnot, stuff like, I didn't like, outside like the clip that went viral.
Oh my God, what is this?
In our face, and I responded to that directly, but like I had a bunch of creators and other people in my comments and I didn't respond to them. You know, I had certain people come back day after day, like relitigating things. I didn't respond to them. I didn't respond to their comments. So that's why for me, I felt like everyone else was escalating it, and I was like not like responding.
This is absolutely a dud. I'm going to listen for 10 more minutes, and then we're going to see what El Presidente had to say about it, because apparently, from what I understand, Demonmama copped some heat for not going hard enough against Soulbunni amongst the president's community.
To like folks directly, and the only person I did respond directly to was Shark, because like I saw his response to the clips circulating, and I responded to him in my own tweet, so that I stand on. So
well, I don't. Okay, I'm getting FOMO. I'm getting FOMO on my last stream before my holiday. It is pretty unbearable, isn't it? Pretty bad. Sunday. We need to get it. Come on. Let's do a bit of community participation. Sunday. It's time for El Presidente to enter the building.
I'm going to read off all the donos in just a little bit, but President Sunday wants to talk, so I'm going to call President Sunday. We're going to talk.
By the way, President Sunday was doing his autismo mode. Apparently, from what I understand, he was in chat trying to get on like he's done with me before. This is the problem with President Sunday, okay? When his autismo is focused to someone else, you know, I mean, in this case, it's just funny to me. But in other cases, I do have sympathy, obviously. But like, yeah, it fucking sucks because he's so autistic. But watching it as someone else is just different, isn't it? You're watching from the sidelines.
Hello, hello.
Hello, President Sunday.
You've had a very long night. How are you doing?
Yes, I have. I'm doing quite well right now, honestly.
I like how you were like, I need to take a minute to recover from that, and then you go full mama mode like you have.
I got fucking well because they're pissing me off.
Chat no, I get you. Don't worry.
Chat fucking pisses me off. I give them 8 hours, 7.5 hours of content. Almost. We're gonna push into 8. I'm losing it. I'm getting eaten by the machine. Just frankly, when I think I'm getting out, they pull me back in.
Frankly, I'm impressed you managed to carry through the entire Soulbunni conversation after all of that coverage. Maybe that was ill-advised, but I think you handled it very well. I think I'm gonna halfway come out to bat for Tequila Sunset a little bit here. I think you and I share something in common, and that's a sense of justice that drives us to a mad rage every so often. And I have a feeling that what was really frustrating for a lot of people is there's a loss of context when you have two people on the screen and nothing else going on. People forget that Soulbunni is nobody.
Oh, no, hold on. I have to remember. I have to just be clear. Tequila Sunset called me a cuck like 6 times in chat and was saying that I was cucking myself out to Soulbunni, and so I just got tired of their stupid brain dead dribbling shit. Yeah, you guys want to look it up? Somebody pull up.
No.
I must say it is annoying when there's this hyper analysis of your conversation from your chat. You know, and sometimes, look, you're not always going to get it right. Sometimes you're going to do a really good job. Sometimes you do a good job. Sometimes you do an okay job. Sometimes you do a bad job. That's life, you know? And what you've got to learn is that in the moment, you might feel defensive, obviously, particularly if it's a difficult conversation. But you've kind of got to just look back and reflect on it on a personal level. Look for advice from people you trust, and generally they'll be able to give you a good guide on what was good or what was bad about it. You know, relying on chat in the moment is the worst thing you can do. The best thing you can do is just not really pay much attention to chat.
I believe you. I know she said that in my server. I just didn't know that she said that to you.
Yeah, she was saying that in chat. That's why I got annoyed. It's fucking stupid.
Okay, well, here's the thing,
Anyway.
chat. Here's the thing. So think of it this way. Every sentence that Soulbunni is allowed to casually and comfortably.
I was, the criticism of Xanderhall was probably fair. It was a bit excessive at times, and there were things I was criticised for that I did do. But I should have been harder with Xanderhall when I spoke to him about his ex-partner thing. Obviously, he was a bit of a petulant man-child at times. Like, I was giving what I felt was like, fairly minor pushback against certain points, and he started freaking out. And now, even after the fact, he uses that to say, "Oh, he brought me on and was critical of me." I was too nice to him.
Speak is a sentence if she lies that will be used against her later on. If she tells the truth, there's no problem. If Demonmama pins her on literally anything too hard, even if she's doing so in a very calm register, we know how furtive these people are. Like a Jesse Gender type, they're never going to come out and have this conversation if there's any chance whatsoever they'll be pinned on something. The conversation would just end, in which case you just wasted your time.
I didn't want to waste my time. I don't like wasting my time. I know that there are people here who are trying to make decisions about content creators, but also I do have a genuine hope that these spaces can improve. And also,
Zan did nothing wrong, but that's not true. Like, his ex sounds like a fucking, there's definitely things to be critical of. But yeah, he was petting her like Walter White, like there was some sort of like, drug lab that she'd made. He said that he'd taken pictures of it, never supplied the proof of that. It's true that it seemed like she was scraping money off of him because of his poor financial circumstances. But this idea that she was like some sort of fucking drug baron making drugs, there was never any evidence provided of that whatsoever. Yeah, like she wasn't like a master criminal like he was trying to paint her as,
So, I don't really, everybody has their reasons. But again, like I said, people are fucking crazy toxic in these spaces, and people take everything way too seriously and overstate the harm. You know what? It's possible for people to improve.
It's just kind of mind-boggling when I hear Demonmama say things like that when she is someone who I would classify as overstating harm. But hey, what can you do? Yeah, if you added up the amount of money in the screenshot Sam posted, she stole 2K from him. Yeah, I mean, she definitely was, taking money out of his pocket. But like, that's why, I mean, PayPal is not a good place to, like, every week I just take all the money out of my PayPal that's in there because it's not a good place to manage finances from. Like, use a proper bank account to do that,
True.
Yeah. You know what your major
Anyway, go ahead.
You know what your major mistake in this whole conversation is that you didn't dedicate the last 2 weeks to having an encyclopedic knowledge of every little interaction that Soulbunni's had over the past 5 or so months. See, that would have you would have won the battle of the ages then, and justice would have been secured for all time.
True, that's true.
President Sunday probably does have that knowledge. That's why he's saying that. He knows. He knows. He's probably got it all fucking stacked in his mind palace. Every single interaction Soulbunni's had over the past couple of weeks.
President Sunday, I hate to be an asshole and ask this of you, but can you make sure you talk into your mic a little more directly?
Oh, am I being quiet?
You're actually going between being very loud and very quiet. And there's no way.
How am I now? Is that better?
That's like considerably louder to the degree that now I got to turn down your gain just a tiny bit because I turned it up before. Okay, if you keep it that,
I'm sorry.
It'll be perfect. It'll be perfect.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I didn't watch the whole conversation, but in the part that I saw, unless later on she went on to say something else, there was a very specific moment where I feel she could have interjected more strongly, where Soulbunni was kind of dancing around and getting away with the fact that she'd been very harsh in her coverage, and then acted dumb about the fact people have gone so hard on him. Whilst I don't put, Demonmama could have said, "Oh, but you said this in your video. That's very harsh." And she kind of said it, but softly and in a lot of other words. So Soulbunni never really had to kind of engage or answer to that.
Stay right here like a statue.
You're good. That'd be perfect.
No, I think it went very well, and I think one of the things that would do Chud a little bit of good. And once again, I understand. I was as enraged as all of you listening to all of that because I was aware of the cases where she was being dishonest, where she was misrepresenting things, where she was just behaving in an awful way. How you are responding to this is going to be how most people will respond to this What Demonmama did was probably a million times more damaging than if she had the usual screaming fight that ended up with her calling her a disgusting human being as she leaves and then hanging up.
If y'all say so, again,
yes.
I
don't think that's the goal.
From my perspective,
Yes.
I have not baited drama with or sought drama with Soulbunni whatsoever.
Yes. Well, this leads into the second thing I was going to say, because I think the beauty of your approach, and I actually really appreciate it. I had these same knee-jerk reactions, chat, for a bit, but I think the beauty of your approach is that is the case if at no point in time, if this sort of de facto peace offering is not taken, she has only harmed herself and her credibility. However, what you've made it clear to her is that it is possible to actually engage in a normal human way with people in this space, even when there's disagreements. Yeah. And here's
yeah, I'm sure the Soulbunni now is going to be, you know, off to just engage normally and not freak out about the race stuff forever. I don't know. The thing is, I just don't really care. Like I feel at this point, these like race-obsessed progressives have just shown their hand. They've shown that they don't care about this. They've shown that like they're happy to just be racist against white people, and they don't really care if they're called out for it. I don't even think that's possible. You know, they're hopeless. You know, they're just a hopeless cause. A lot of people online are. The sooner you accept that, the better, to be honest. I think I'm just annoyed because it wasn't good content. I was hoping it would be a bit more spicy. But hey. Wick had a great panel last night. Did he? I'm going to talk about the Hugh Edwards stuff soon, so prepare yourselves for that.
It's the upshot if Demonmama, quote-unquote, beats Soulbunni in an argument on YouTube, even if it's catastrophic for her, okay? This is what you get for that. Nothing. Literally nothing. It will just be, oh, and then they never spoke again, and everybody just carried on doing exactly what they were doing before. And it'll be someone else in a year from now with the exact same white leftist video. There will be the exact same debate, and it will carry on until the end of time. That's the only upshot. What you've done is, even if someone has behaved terribly, you've given an opportunity for that audience, for her even, and for people around her, to see like, okay, there is an opening here. There is a way to actually engage in a better way going forward. Maybe it won't be taken up at all, but in that case, we're no worse off than we were before.
I'm living by example. I'm leading by example, okay, you motherfuckers? By the way, just to address this, Ether in chat says, I don't think Demonmama's goal here was to harm Soulbunni. No, my goal was explicitly not to harm Soulbunni. My goal was to give Soulbunni an opportunity in a genuine conversation to hear my opinions, to have her opinions heard, and to do so in a way that was as productive as possible. I'm not as invested in the drama as all of you are. I literally...
Let's just hear each other's opinions. Okay, man. Oh.
Told you I chose not to engage with the last video. I didn't even watch the whole video. I only reacted to the part that I was in because I wanted to say I felt like most of what was said before and after the part that I was in was too harsh. And that's all I said on it, because I'm not invested in this drama. I've spoken to Soulbunni before. We've had good conversations in the past. So from my interpersonal relationship with Soulbunni, from past engagements of positive conversations, I wanted to give Soulbunni another opportunity. Now, if people say that things that she said weren't true that I didn't know about, well, there you have it. Then she said her piece, and you can prove it the other way. And if not, then this is a productive way forward for the space.
I mean, that's
in my
fair,
opinion.
yeah.
That's just the way. That's the way I'm looking at it. What I want.
You know, I guess that like if you have someone on and you don't know that they're telling a lie about something, the audience can kind of make their own minds up about it. But I guess it's still frustrating from the audience's perspective. If you know someone's lying and they get away with it, you're kind of going to be mad about that, right?
My goal at the end of the day is for this space to stop being so fucking miserable. Because I hate it, and everybody's burning out, and everybody's making lazy, fucking tired out content. Everybody's fucking tired as shit and angry as shit. So.
Well, I think what people mistake here is there's two ways in which a conversation can be productive. Really, there's only one way, but people think there's two ways. The one is in which you destroy Soulbunni. You don't have the power to destroy Soulbunni. First of all, if you felt so inclined, which you don't, and I don't see why you would feel so inclined anyways. There are plenty of
I think that it would have come off looking like, I think I would have looked like a fucking psycho if I did what chat wanted, which was to jump in all this parasocial nonsense and start going, why did you say this on Twitter then? Why did you say this on Twitter? Instead of just having a normal fucking human conversation.
Well, you know what
the thing is though, you can say, you don't have to be aggressive. You can just say, okay, I can see where you're coming from here. However, you know, in your video, you said this. On Twitter, you said this, which seems to go against what you're saying now. Like, you just ask them about the things that they've said in a calm way so that they feel a bit of pressure maybe to kind of respond. Oh, anyway, this is boring me.
All right, chat, now it's time. Now it's time for me to yell at you assholes. All right. First, not an asshole. Any says, Soulbunni did the same thing. 40% of her video is Rosalind talking about how Clara is racist because of noodles. Then my criticism applies. I wasn't reacting to Soulbunni's video. Soulbunni has like 6,000 subscribers. Foreign Man in a Foreign Land is 4 times my channel size, okay? I'm not gonna blow the fuck out of a tiny content creator. I mean, okay, I will in some cases. I did blow the fuck out of DJ Mule, but I unironically think DJ Mule's video was so fucking bad.
Oh my god, that's so funny! That's so funny. Literally in real time. Literally in real time, coming up with a fucking justification as to why it's okay in this situation and not another. I don't like DJ Mule either. But it just seems like, what's the point in having a standard or principle? I'm not going to blow the fuck out of smaller content creators. Why say that? If you've done that, like just
to hell. So I don't know.
Oh my god!
Maybe I should have been harder on Soulbunni's video. But guess what? My critiques apply here. And if Soulbunni wasn't honest in the things that she said tonight, well, now you know. Okay, now you know. So you can compare it to her video and you can compare it to what she said tonight. But that wasn't my fucking task tonight. Okay, my task was not to carry all of the frustrations of chat. My goal tonight was to specifically have a conversation with a content creator who's been involved in all of this about hopefully stopping it from happening more in the future. I hope that answers your question.
Yep, just about. That'll do. Damn. Well, sorry that was a bit of a dud, guys. I thought that was going to be a bit spicier. You know, I just thought that Demonmama, someone who, you know, is kind of Keffel's associated, at least somewhat, I thought they might go a bit harder against Soulbunni. Especially like the Shark30zero stuff. But hey, you can't win them all. Yeah, I mean, it's funny to kind of dip in and see what's going on in breadtube land. And it just seems to be like unprecedented levels of infighting like you've never seen before. It's not understating it to say that is a breadtube race war. That is what's going on. Like, they're all at each other's throats. There's basically this new group of people, this cornbread tube, that are making more black-focused content. And they seem to be becoming, you know, to blows and at odds with this kind of more traditional white bread. Can we call it white bread and cornbread tube?
Welcome to Chud Nation.
Thank you for the sub.
Cornbread tube omega lol.
And by the way, I'm not even being racist. That is literally what they call themselves, okay? It might be a bit like the N-word soft day, though. So, you know, I need to be careful.
I'm gay and autistic and black. I'm gay and autistic and black. And all of the police fell down and turned into dust, and he got away with all the money. I can't believe it. It's insane. Anyway, fuck Vosh. Look at how gay I am. I'm gay and...
Wonder bread tube and cornbread tube. That's what we're dealing with. But yeah, honestly, I mean, I don't know. So standard bread tube is finito, okay? The actual subreddit is just dead. Dead as a fucking dodo. You know, if you look at hot posts, you've got like 1.5k sub, 28 upvotes. You know, Lauren Boebert is a creep. Colorado's fascist pedophile. What the fuck? What? Okay.